friends. I'm Mike. He's Jay. This is We Watched the Movie. You're sick. God damn.
Yeah.
Continuing the Alien reviews today.
Oh my God.
It won't come out today because it takes a long time to get these shits out. But today's actually Alien Day. Did you know that?
No.
They named it Alien Day because Ridley Scott wants to promote his new movie. But I'm all right with that. Fuck, we have Potato Chip Day.
Harry, we've reached the top. We're at the end.
Captain Buttfuck Day. Oh,
Well,
there goes our advertising for this video.
We're not gonna do that.
Like all the other ones.
YouTube, go suck a wiener.
Sat on a shit stick and no one knows what to do.
So Alien shit stain resurrection.
Resurrection.
Can we say shit salad, shit fucking forks,
Fuck shit, fuck shit, fuckity, fuck. If we're gonna not get advertisers, then
shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker,
motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat.
I fucked your mom.
Fucked your mom.
Okay, so anyway, speaking of that, Alien 3 was such a dark, depressing kind of just out there movie that everybody was like, oh shit, when they leave the theater, like, I don't have anything to be celebrating. I mean, Sigourney Weaver's dead, Ripley's dead. I mean, holy fuck, what's going on? And they're like,
Our heads are falling off!
He was pretty old. And at the end of then they're like, okay, we'll just clone Ripley and we'll bring her back because this is the future. Let's just fucking do that. And the entire time, we're cloning her and making her more and more to the level that we need her to be. And then we'll take the fucking alien out of her and she'll survive, but she'll be half alien and half human.
Hey man,
the fudge on!
They went Mila Jovovich, Resident Evil before Mila Jovovich, Resident Evil. Little cookies and
What, your two kids are too good for falafel?
Yeah, no, you're right, dude. Okay, I have an admission I have to make there.
Okay.
Look at me.
You're not getting into college.
Look at me. But seriously, the story sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You can't clone Ripley. She's Dwayne
the idea
Wade.
behind it is dumb.
She's like the new Dwayne Wade. It's fucking terrible. But I gotta admit to you guys right now, this time, and I've only watched this movie once previously, and it was such a shock that the first time I hated its guts. And I was like, "Fuck you, Alien Resurrection." Get in your hole.
Much like your wife.
Yes.
And then you married her.
But
you're
then,
like, oh, fuck you. But I love you.
But no, I watched it this time and I enjoyed the shit out of watching this movie. I know that it sounds terrible, but it's a terrible story written by Joss Whedon.
Which makes no sense.
Holy shit.
Joss? The golden man of Joss?
This is
But you know what? I
wrote this on acid.
I can see Joss Whedon doing it, and this is the problem with Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon tried to take a story like that. Alien is a very heavy story. Alien is a very intense story to really play around with.
It's like a meat mountain.
And with you bringing Joss Whedon into it to make it like Firefly or to make a kind of a lighthearted spin on it, it just doesn't really mix well. It's like oil and water. It's like you wish you could, and you wish you could have oil and water, but you can't have it sometimes.
This is Joss Whedon's Eminem Infinity album. It was before it got good. But dude, watching it, I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I had fun watching this movie. I laughed my ass off at it. But it's crazy, dude, because if you think about it, you've got Aliens 1, right? And it's like one of the greatest horror movies of all time. And then you got Aliens. Alien, and then you got Aliens, and Aliens is one of the greatest action movies of all time. And then Alien 3 is just one of the greatest shit stains of all time. And then Alien 4
that's a shit stain on the wall.
This is a great B movie, man. Like I watched it, it was entertaining in a laughable way. Literally, at certain points, like, my favorite part of the whole movie is when Ron Perlman and all of them are standing there, and the bad guy from The Crow had just died. Yeah. And they're standing there, and the movie literally feels like no one wrote a script for this point. Because they're just like, they're just standing there saying shit like, Ron Perlman is like, let's just wait for the army guys. Where the fuck are the army guys? Yeah, well, it's so bad, but so good.
You say the bad guy from The Crow. I always think of him from The Three Musketeers, when he was like, Athos, Porthos, Aramis. And he was like, he had the password. It's like, that's where I remember him from. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there are elements of it where you just have to laugh at how bad it is and what they're trying to do. It's like I would never. Yeah, exactly. But I would never expect to go into an Alien movie thinking I'm gonna like be laughing at their attempts, because I think honestly, I don't think it was because they were going for this. I think they were going for a decent movie and they just failed at every friggin' turn and they made a shitty movie. They had good talent in the movie. Like the actors were good. The script was just terrible. I cannot believe that Joss Whedon approved of this script. You've lost the hammer a million.
He didn't approve of it. He wrote that shit. He created it. He
was on the toilet. It's like Lou Bega from Mambo No. 5. He took a shit and wrote it in 5 minutes. Like, he was like, yeah, I just took a shit and threw it out. And they were like, yeah, I'll take it. I was like, I'm getting money for this, so he just took it. But I mean, in all honesty, I don't. It's just honestly weird that Joss Whedon wrote this and this was his baby and it was just terrible. I think he was totally thinking a different kind of movie than this was. I mean, this would fit more in line with like Starship Troopers or something rather than what it actually became.
Yeah.
Alien Resurrection, you know, you should even had like Ripley in it. I mean, you killed her off, let her die in peace, and have another story about Alien. Prometheus at least goes in that route. They don't bring back Sigourney Weaver. They're not even attempting that yet.
Let's put that in a nutshell, though. Let's just talk about.
But I mean, they did bring back Lance Henriksen. Fuck, I cannot say his name.
Lance Henriksen. But let's just knock the Sigourney Weaver section out immediately because it's a spoiler review, by the way. So.
Oh, she's in pain.
she comes back and at the end of Alien 3. She throws herself T2 style into a fireball of terrible CGI. She comes back and they're like, you've got the dad from Night at the Roxbury running this shit, by the way.
You know you're fucked.
He's got them hairy shoulders, dude. Did you see how hairy his shoulders were? But they come back and
but there's no HBO!
Wayland is still trying to get a hold of these fucking aliens, and now they're trying to control them and all this shit. Brad Dourif's in this movie.
I know.
He's fucking great in this movie too. But
Brad Dourif's character actually is good.
I like him. They
Dourif.
clone Ripley. They use her blood to clone her, and she comes back as LeBron James.
The idea is laughable in and of itself.
It's terrible.
It's an awful idea.
The whole thing's a terrible idea, man. And you get this rogue crew featuring the greatness of... I gotta be honest with you guys. I've always kind of hated Ron Perlman. Everybody fucking loves the shit out of Ron Perlman.
I think he's
and there's something about his face I've always just kind of hated. That's just me. I'm sorry. Fuck it. But in this movie, I learned to love him. Like, he was fucking great in this movie. Like, she goes in and she sees all these versions of herself that's claimed, and it's so overdramatic. First off, she's shooting failed attempts at clones of her that are in glass cases with a flamethrower, but somehow
that one clone was like half. That was kind of freaky.
Yeah, it was freaky. There's some freaky moments in the movie, but she's shooting this stuff with a flamethrower and it's like breaking the glass, and all of a sudden you're thinking this scene's so stupid and overdramatic, and then Ron Perlman comes in, and I swear to God, it's like nobody wrote his lines. He just made them up. He looks like Will Ferrell.
I'd be the same way. He's like, "What's the big deal?"
Must be a chick thing.
Yeah.
And then one scene when he goes up to her, the worst scene in the entire movie. If I could have picked one scene in any movie that should have been cut out, but I'm glad that it wasn't, it was this. It was the basketball scene. We're playing basketball. It was Space Jam, and she's in there and she's shooting hoops, and he comes in there and he's like, he tries to hit on her or whatever. She beats the fuck out of a couple people. That Mario Van Peebles looking motherfucker was awful.
By the way, timing. I want to say Sigourney Weaver did look really hot in this.
She did.
She looked sexy.
That's that no filter # no makeup. She looked good as fuck in this movie.
I was like, "You alien. Do you want to put it in?"
And she goes, "It's like, who do I have to fuck to get off this boat?" And then Ron Perlman's like, I can get you off. Maybe not the boat.
That's what I would say. Like, I mean, we can do that.
That was the best line for the whole fucking movie. But she's playing basketball, and she literally does a dunk scene, dude. It looked like the pest. He goes, he's like, "Give me your shoes, your coats, and your lunches."
Yeah, and then she fucks him up afterwards. Like, you got dunked on by Sigourney Weaver, and then she fucks you up afterwards. How do you feel?
She throws the ball behind her, and it goes. It's the corniest, worst fucking scene in anything, and I love it. I loved it.
Yeah, the ones that took their role seriously, though, I don't even think. I mean, maybe he did, but I don't even think Ron Perlman took the role seriously. It felt like he was just he was just kind of like relaxed, doing his own thing, which was great for him doing that. And I do like Ron Perlman. I've always kind of enjoyed Ron Perlman's performances.
I do now.
And Sigourney Weaver, I think that Sigourney Weaver was like, "I'm doing this for a check." You know,
she was a producer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What the hell? What the fuck?
You can't run away from that. When you agree to produce a film, you can't be like,
You became fucking Bert from Aliens when you did this. And then the only ones that were taking it seriously, though, was when I think Winona Ryder was taking it seriously. She was the android. By the way, this is a spoiler review, so get over it. I mean, come on, it's Resurrection. Who the fuck wants to even talk about this full diaper? But we're gonna change this diaper and tell you about it. Put some baby powder on your butt when we're done. But you know, the thing about it is Winona Ryder was really taking it seriously. It felt to me like, and she was like the last of the android series that had come out that were. You know, humanity, or at least had some kind of humanity in them, and they cared about it. It was just really fucking stupid. I was like, oh my god, we've come from Bishop and Ash from Alien 1 to this bullshit. A woman that steals shit from jewelry stores is like supposed to get our sympathy.
I think it was lingerie.
Whatever.
She stole.
But that's I'm sorry. I loved you in Beetlejuice. Go back to that. Like, I don't know. Like, look, Winona Ryder's a good actress, but I'm just saying in this, it's awful.
Yeah.
And then the other actors around her, are terrible, and they're trying, you know, except for Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif is always going to be good in whatever he does. I love Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif as a creepy, weird dude that's like all obsessed with the alien and the babies and wanting to make something great for the company.
A beautiful butterfly.
Yeah, when they get captured, he's in that goo, and he was like, it thinks you're its mother.
He's like, come on.
Yeah, he's like, come on. And then it bites his fucking head, and he's like, well, that didn't work out the way I wanted.
He literally goes, oh.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, Zima. But it didn't work out the way he wanted it. But I still loved his performance, and I loved his characterization. I love that idea of that obsessed scientist finally get. You know, in some ways, he was kind of like a Resident Evil scientist, like what you wanted to be in Resident Evil.
The worst guy was the other guy, the other scientist guy who was like...
Oh, he was terrible.
He was like... he was one of the worst actors I've ever seen, man. I can't remember his name, but he was the guy with the big bug eyes, and he was like, it's my creation. I made 12.
But so... it goes on like this, and I think that towards the end of the movie, they're trying to recapture the whole idea behind... what the fuck was that?
The truck just
sounded like a Millennium Falcon came out of fucking hyperspace.
To have watched them.
But then you get into that fucking Sigourney Weaver territory where she's like, she's in pain, like I mentioned. The queen's in pain, and she can feel it, and they take her down, and she's like, oh.
That was the worst part of the whole
And she's like laying down and like having an orgasm while they like suck her into their vagina.
It looked like a perfume.
She did. That alien vagina just sucked Sigourney Weaver down. And it does. What the fuck is that?
And then she's cuddling, and she's like,
Yeah, I was like, what the shit? And then... the albino baby from Pumpkinhead is born.
I like that thing, dude.
It's weird as hell, but look,
I liked it.
It's a human mixed of an alien.
It looked like Pumpkinhead.
Of a xenomorph, and yeah, exactly. It's a Pumpkinhead ripoff, and it looks just like that, and it like has human eyes, and it fucking the part where it kills its own mother.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. And then, but you see the queen alien having a vagina. There's no more eggs. It's just a big vagina.
He doesn't explain it well. He's like, he doesn't need eggs anymore.
Yeah, and then it comes out of her vagina, and then it sees Sigourney Weaver, and it's like, oh, you're my mommy. And then it comes over there, it's like, you're my baby.
It's cute, guys. It's like,
and then she's like, Sigourney Weaver at that point is like, okay, I'm about done with this movie. Fuck this. I'm gonna crawl up these rungs. And she sucks it out of a fucking window. And I felt, you know, to be honest, at that point, that's the only sympathetic character that I felt anything for. I was like, I feel bad for you, man. Because it was like, it just wanted to be loved. It was like,
but man, that effect looked good, though.
It looked like...
it was cool as fuck.
I know, but it was like one of those little pet rocks that you have, or whatever.
Yeah.
What was that thing called?
Gigapet?
Gigapet. It was like the Gigapet. It's like, it just wants to be loved. You gotta feed it and love it and like stroke it.
She was crying when we went this.
Yeah, and it's just so fucking stupid. And then when you get to Earth, when they finally crash land after they kill the albino Pumpkinhead baby, when they kill that thing and they get to Earth, you find out there's been an apocalypse.
Poor little Japan.
And you know, Sigourney Weaver's like, it's hardly a recognizable place to me. After Winona Ryder says a person could get lost here. And then it's like you see the Eiffel Tower and shit, like, you know, falling over and like destruction. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, we were in one part and now what is going on?
And then
what did you do?
And then it just ends.
I feel like this.
And that's the end of the
at the end of the
story.
movie. Yeah, at the very end of it, it should have been fucking Patrick Stewart saying, Logan, what have you done?
Someone has come
You have shamed Cameron and fucking Scott from this. Like, it's awful. Like, they cannot say that was a good movie.
I can't help it, though, dude. I loved watching it. I had fun watching this movie. Honestly, I look forward to go back and revisiting it. I can't say that about Alien 3. I'll probably never, ever watch that again.
Yeah, Alien 3 is just a completely...
I gotta say, man, I gotta give this movie some credit right now. First off, the effects look great. Minus a couple really, really corny shots.
Yeah.
I like the effects. I love the fact that they were training the alien, and Brad Dourif is like pressing the button, and he's like, you learn quickly.
That was cool, yeah.
And that the aliens are so smart, they figure out a way to escape by killing that one alien and melting the floor, and that's how they escape. Way cooler of a story than Alien 3 brought to us, by the way. I love that. I love some of the effects in this movie. I love the terrible B-movie comedy that was in this. If you really are taking the character of Ripley serious going into this movie and wanting to see a true growth of the character,
she's such a shadow.
You're gonna be violently fucking disappointed. It's a joke that what they did with her character is a fucking travesty of humanity. But as a B movie, this movie's fucking entertaining as shit.
You can't rate it as a B movie. You gotta rate it as part of the Alien franchise.
As a standalone movie, if you want me to rate this movie seriously, if you want me to Ebert or Roper this bitch, it's like a 3. Personally, I give the movie a 6.5.
God damn.
I like it. I can't fucking help it, okay?
God damn.
Try beating it out of at me. I like Alien Resurrection.
You're low on
It's
your
just
Adderall.
batshit, dude. It's fucking batshit. It gets so crazy and fun, and it's just entertaining as shit. And after being so bored with Alien 3, I found that welcoming when they got to the point where there was the water and the aliens swimming, and then they pop up, and then there's the eggs around them, and the fucking thing jumps on Sigourney Weaver's face. Dude, I found that enthralling. And then they're crawling up the ladder, and Ron Perlman's upside down fucking shooting the alien. I was having fun, man.
I would say, where you been spending your nights?
I was having fun. I can't help it.
In all those scenes, man, I'm gonna give the movie a 2.5.
Oh.
Like, I fucking hate this goddamn travesty of a garbage. This fucking aborted bitch that should never have been born.
I'm glad this movie exists. I enjoy it.
Oh,
I give
God.
it a 6.
Yeah, I know, you're fucking crazy.
I know.
You're crazy, man.
I'm crazy, man. It's like crazy.
One day when you wake up and you realize that adults wear stretchy pants.
Cool runnings. But comment down below,
Feel
guys.
the rhythm! Feel the rhyme! But
The rhythm of the night.
It's cool running!
Comment down below. Comment down below, guys. Let us know. How do you feel about this? Are you in Jay's territory? Like, I agree, it's a shit movie, but I love it.
I think if it was a separate movie, it would have been fine.
Right. So comment down below. How do you feel? How do you feel about Alien Resurrection?
How's your day going?
Yeah. What's your life like right now? We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button to get some goddamn wham up in you. And we're gonna be back with a Prometheus review leading up to Alien Covenant.
Damn.
Boots.
Spit it the fuck out. There you go.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie.